We're on, no matter what.
It's live.
We're live.
Welcome to the Dumpster Fire Dialogues.
Well-
It's Twisted Tuesday.
It is.
Just got done taking care of some rowdy German Shepherds.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. They're good. I like them.
Yeah.
Good critters. 100 pounds each.
Woo. Those are
Two-
big boys.
200 pounds a critter.
Big dogs.
Big dogs. Remember Big Dog Apparel?
Yeah, I do.
Big Dogs were as fuck.
Yeah.
Man, dude. I had plenty of Big Dog. I was a big dog. I was a husky little boy, so I needed some big
Same.
dog.
Same.
You know?
I was a husky boy.
Needed some Big Dog apparel.
Yeah.
Big Dog and some Old Navy cargo shorts.
Yeah.
Pretty
yeah.
much. I mean,
On the go. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Big Dog apparel was like kind of like Bucky's apparel today, like
Mm-hmm.
similar vein of cult following. But yeah, no, Big Dog ruled the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. There was a lot of that. Yeah.
I love 90s characters.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of,
I was going to say, we got the Green Ranger, we got the Red Ranger, we have the Green Ranger's flute sword thing. Yeah. A little nostalgia there.
straight from the childhood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely watched, was it Jason, what's his name? Played Tommy Franks, but
yeah.
it was his name. He died just like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like a legit martial artist.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
Aaron met him.
Really?
I think so. But yeah. Nice feller, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Seemed like a pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, got the Green Ranger helmet. Got the Red Ranger up there. Got Daredevil and Moon Knight, some additions. Got a little coffee brewer box. Hario.
Slowly building the trash thrones out.
Yeah.
These nice leather chairs will soon be covered in trash.
Trash.
My body hurts.
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm in,
say you.
pure organism mode at the moment.
I was gonna say I'm relatively sore. Probably not as sore as you. I only rolled twice yesterday, whereas you rolled like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rolled 3 times and lifted today. Rolled at lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Rolled Saturday, Sunday. I'm hurt.
I did not get to roll Sunday, which was really annoying.
Tragic. Missing Saturday. Or I mean Sunday fun day.
Yeah, Sunday Fun Day.
It's fun.
Missing
Hence
Sunday
the
Fun
name.
Day was not cool.
I've just always, people are like, oh, you guys train on Sundays? It's like, I've always
Yeah.
trained on Sunday. It just always has been a part of the
Yeah.
regiment.
I think that's the first Sunday Fun Day I've missed in like years.
It was chill. It's nothing crazy. So
Yeah.
I didn't like miss a whole lot or anything, but like, it's part of the game, you know?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, we've kind of been shooting a little vlog of what we've been doing today.
Yeah.
It's Tuesday. We're pretty much doing stuff all day.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say we did kind of a little different. We did an open gym where Mike and I just worked out. So really he ran the programming. One of our friends was at the earlier class and was like, dude, where you at? Sorry, bro.
I mean, to be fair, he said he'd be there a few times and wasn't. So
Yep.
two-way street, dog.
He
I
still
love
saw
you.
us.
Yeah.
He still saw us.
Yeah.
He seen us.
We were there
We were there.
just an hour later.
Yeah. As he was dying at the end of his workout, we were going there to do our workout.
Yeah.
But
Perfect overlap.
it was pretty funny.
I just needed that extra 30 minutes. And there's a lot of running and all sorts of shit. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. I scoped the workout for sure and was like, I don't know if we should do this. Especially because you were like, I popped one of my feet.
yeah. I popped my foot at night class. I was like, I don't think I need to run a lot right now.
No.
So
And
did
it
our own
was-
thing, did our own grappling style workout, Zercher squats,
Yeah.
KB swings, hypers, you know,
Mm-hmm.
classic. Working on the Chinese 6-pack on the back, you know. All the Chinese weightlifters are so fucking jacked. They have abs on their back.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And they're on state-sponsored steroids, but I mean,
It's also true.
if only.
The other thing too is it was 23 degrees out this morning.
That's another aspect I didn't want to deal with.
Yeah. Running in the freezing cold. I'm good.
I pick my battles with the cold for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Running in it is not one of them.
The cold, and just even though our feet are super strong, running impacts my feet more than it does any other joint in my body currently.
And like, I know I can sprint, I can run and stuff for like
Yeah.
self-defense purposes.
Yep.
But, and I know, because I was fucking sprinting through Atlanta Airport at one point because I was late. My shoes were untied, my zeros were untied, and I was just like, fucking pouring sweat, you know?
Yeah, I had to run after a dude just like last week, and I was like, I'm fine.
Yeah, like that's all, that aspect is fine. But it's like repetitive, weird stuff.
Yeah,
like
that can,
remotely long distance.
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
continuous, like,
It's
we're
just-
going to run 800 meters 8 times. Like, no, we're not.
I'm not.
We're not doing that.
Hopefully, I'll turn around and shoot them before that happens. I will shoot them before that happens. I will just shoot them at that point. It's like, brother, we're not getting no fucking footage.
Nope, we're not doing that. Not doing it.
I had a thought and went away. That's fine.
That's what happens when you're tired. You do podcasts. Kind of just wah, 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 wah.
We were on some pretty good conversations earlier. Probably should have recorded those.
Probably. It's all right. Yeah.
All right, it looks like Kentucky class is off too.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, because they're on spring. Everyone like in that area is on spring break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good podcasting, reading texts.
Yeah. So we teach, or he teaches almost every Tuesday night, and I'm a Zuki. So that means that he demonstrates on me. So almost every Tuesday, he runs about an hour-long class for the guys, for a group in Kentucky.
My G2R homies.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Been down there for some
Yeah.
training, my own seminars, and run KCC there.
Yep.
Now I'm running online jiu-jitsu. It's a home away from home, down in rural Kentucky.
I was to say,
Down Kentucky way.
they're in a rural area, but their facility is like super nice.
Oh yeah, and Jeff just bought out the other fitness side, so like
Yeah.
they're expanding and doing cool shit. So it's definitely one of like, I don't know, like there's gyms that are kind of like in these areas that you should definitely like pass through.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like take a trip to go to. There's just definitely one of them.
For sure.
Talking about wiener grabbing earlier. Just a lot of,
Yeah.
there's
Where
a serial bird.
the super honka honka.
There's a serial bird honker at, well, formerly
Yeah.
some places.
At
Can't be honking birds. Just
yeah.
left and right.
Let's
Now,
just
he
say
made
this, folks. It
he
can't
made
be
a career.
honka honka and at work.
He made a career honking birds.
Yeah.
Just, what's up, boys? Like
Like just hitting the low honka honkas.
hitting the crocodile Dundee.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh. But that was part of our early morning. Like,
I was gonna say the 7 a.m. talk of, hey, serial honkist.
Somebody that I used to know. Honked a lot of birds.
Yeah.
And by honking birds, I mean grabbing peen.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
500 wiener grabs later.
500, like 15 years worth. It's a tremendous,
Maybe even longer.
Yeah, it could have been
Maybe
longer.
even longer.
When it comes to like long cases like that, they're like, "You just caught me. You don't even know
Yeah.
nothing." like I'll lead you to the other bodies.
Yeah.
The other birds
1
that I honked.
million honks later.
So,
Oh, man.
so
Not just that. Like, probably like, let's just thousands of honka honkas over the clothes. And then some foot fetish, like, at work.
yeah, this is all within one article that we were reading at 7
Yeah.
It was pretty intense.
Pretty large employer.
This is before I had coffee and everything. And I'm like,
Yeah,
whoa.
we're like working out talking about the Honk Master 5 million and sucking toes and like just grooming adults Like not even kids, like just grooming adults.
Right. Yeah, and just like really abusing relationships.
Yes.
And, like really pushing
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
way past professional boundaries.
Just it was like it's like David Goggins, who's gonna carry the boats, and it was like, who's gonna get these dudes naked and honka them?
Who's gonna honk?
Yeah.
Once I'm off.
Who's gonna honka these
That's
adult men?
The way
Yeah.
the article put it, it seemed like he was aggressive.
Yeah.
So
Like, you're a bitch if you don't let me honka and
in a
stand
couple
naked
of years,
with me.
it'll be, you'll be liable to some compensation for getting your wiener squeezed.
Who's gonna honka these wieners?
See a commercial late at night, and be like, oh no,
Oh no.
they got him.
Have you been aggressively honka at a large institution? You may be available for some
The ads.
compensation.
The ads.
Did you also drink the water at Camp Lejeune?
Because you're gonna die. We can roll you into one lawsuit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a pretty aggressive way to start the day.
Yeah. It's wild for sure.
But I'm totally third party, unrelated. Like I'm just looking at like, yo,
Yo, wee.
Oh,
I mean, not to put too much out there, but yeah, it was wild. Definitely, like, I know I shouldn't have sucked them toes at work.
I don't
Oh, fucking really?
know. I've never had a job where I'm like, gotta get my rocks off. Better start sucking some toes. You know,
Better close my door and you better take them shoes off and
I'm at
suck
work.
some
I
toes.
tend to be like at work. Yeah, I'm like
Right.
trying to do with the job or whatever.
Yeah, like I'm trying to do some work, not
Not
put
trying-
in some
It's
time.
like, all right, boys.
Yeah.
And see them piggy toes.
Yeah.
So he's honking ween on company dime. That's crazy.
Yeah. Getting the honka on company
like-
time is woo.
You're double dipping. That's too much. You got to stop that. And what you didn't? I don't want to get too far into it, but like,
It's fine. Go ahead. We'll go for it. Send it.
didn't
We can
you
always edit it
say-
out.
Didn't you say that they were not necessarily fired either, or was that a different case?
Oh, no. You're correct. They were offered the ability to resign in
Yeah,
lieu of termination.
That, which would be the difference between getting benefits post employment and not, and being like
Potentially,
ashamed.
yeah.
Which you should probably be
Like, look,
publicly
you're like
ashamed
one
for.
honka short of
Like
us firing you, but
missed
you
the
know,
quota, you know.
yeah, you just fell short of the like 1 millionth honka.
And I'm not bringing any light to male sexual assault, but
No, yeah.
knock that fucker out.
Yeah,
If he gives you the salmon, you gotta give him the fucking good old one too, you know.
it's like I feel bad for the people that were victimized by that person, and like also like you would have told one of us, we would have taken care of it.
Fuck that dude up. Like,
Yeah,
would've
like
fucking kneecap.
would have yoked him up by his collar and fucking taken him outside and talked to him a
No
little
more
bit.
honking wieners. All right, god damn
Wieners.
it. No, stop that
Yeah.
shit.
Stop sucking toes at work.
Not okay.
All that reminds me of, in like not a good way, is that SNL skit of Tim Meadows is all I really wanna do is suck a big toe, suck it real good.
Well, then there's another article that I showed you that I don't know if it was real or not, but it was like some guy who like posed as a janitor and was
Yeah.
like, crawling under tables and then started
Sucking
sucking
feet.
sucking toes. It's like, yo, what the fuck?
So there's like a serial like thing in like law enforcement. There's like dudes, and I'm probably gonna get I don't care. People were like pulling people over and like you need to take your shoes off and I'll let you go if I'll suck your toes.
Really?
Yeah, like pulling them over for legit reasons or non-legit reasons, and just like making women or men like take their shoes off and like sucking toes. Like, that's a thing that's happened.
See, this is when people are like, man,
Yeah.
Mike, you got crazy feet. It's like, I need to choke someone with my
Yeah,
feet. one day. I'm
you're like, you're like, oh, I do, huh? Come here.
Yeah.
No honka honka
Yeah.
for you and no toe
No.
sucking for you.
and be like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude. So, yeah, you got to train to strengthen your feet. You have to do strength and conditioning. Someone might try to suck your toes.
Yeah.
You don't want them to.
Yeah.
So you got to fuck.
You got to
Hit him with that scissor. And fuck. James Bond scissor. And choke him.
Yeah. Like, just wild.
It's pretty far outside of like my realm of function. Like,
Just,
I've been around the block, all right?
yeah. Like, I've been around some weird people,
Yeah.
like, but never anybody who's
And I'm not
like,
anyone to yuck someone's yums, fucking all that shit, but don't do it at work.
don't do the fucking work.
Don't do it at work against people's will. That's not cool.
Yeah. Like, just the epitome of harassment, if you will.
Well, like for many years, it was like, this guy flirted with me, fire him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But- And then it's like guys like that get sheltered almost, or like
Mm-hmm.
have a place that they can do that stuff for like 15 years. And it's like, yo, we need to find a middle ground here. Like, there's something, can't have this guy losing his job because maybe he smiled at someone. And then you
Yeah.
can't have this guy keeping his job because he's secretly honking birds.
Yeah, he's
He's just not, he's sneaky.
he's a professional, like, he's like the Joey Chestnut of wiener honking.
He's greedy. That's how the article made it seem. It was
Yeah.
just greedy with the honk.
Yeah.
He was very aggressive with it.
Aggressive honkage.
So like, that's pretty brazen behavior. Like that's to do it at work.
Yeah.
In it, like when you work for an institution, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What other risks are you taking in your life? You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
God knows. My dad worked with this guy who I don't know where they found this guy, but he was more or less the janitor.
Okay.
He'd mop the floors with like battery acid. He would
What?
go behind the dumpsters and jerk off. He would do insane shit
Oh,
at
no.
work. So
Oh,
then-
no.
But then he would also shine the light into his personal life. He'd be like,
Yeah.
I got some hookers waiting back at the joint. You want to come with me? Like, my dad's like, nope, gotta go.
Like, I'm good. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
He at least he's generous, So,
Yeah.
but like people like that, they just operate in their own wavelength,
Mm-hmm. That is. It's been a long time since I've ever like had like somebody who I've worked with who's been that wild. I mean, back when I worked in Missouri,
Missouri.
I worked at a Red Lobster, and that place was wild. I was like the only sober person.
Restaurants are banana sandwich.
They are. And so in that area of the country, I worked at one of the busiest Red Lobsters in the country. And it's in the middle of nowhere. But it's also one of the nicest restaurants in that
I
area.
was gonna say,
There's 2 restaurants that are busy in that city. Hemingway's, which is a part of the original Bass Pro.
okay,
So like the original Bass Pro in Springfield, Missouri is like the original location. It's massive, and it has this like wild like black light restaurant all the way at the very tippy top of the store. And so it's like 5 or 6 stories tall. And at the top is a restaurant called Hemingway, and it's like Hemingway's, and it's got like fish tanks, black lights, like pictures of like famous celebrities, presidents, like who traveled through there through the years. And then the other major restaurant in the city is Red Lobster. And it was like a 500-seat Red Lobster. Massive restaurant. But everybody that worked there on the line did meth.
yeah,
Except for me.
Yeah.
So I'd be like helping people cook, and they're like, "Ah!" And then like an hour later, they'd be like,
Like, get your shit together, motherfucker.
Be like, hey, dude, can you fucking work now? No, I gotta do another 8-ball. Like, what? What are you talking about?
We're in the weeds, bitch.
Yeah, like we're in the weeds and you're fucking
You're
crying.
tweaking.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, these dudes would like legit go mainline an 8-ball in the bathroom, come back out and be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
Fucking cheddar biscuits, motherfucker.
yeah, straight berserker style.
Yeah, I worked in a restaurant for probably like 3 years. It was like supposed to be like higher end, but it like wasn't. And then, but the clientele were treated as such,
Yeah.
but it also wasn't.
Oh yeah.
It was just at the end of the day a fucking bar, you know,
Yeah.
and a restaurant. But yeah, plenty of bird honking going on around there. Plenty of, you know,
The major honka honka.
yeah, got to dodge some bullets. You know? Got to dodge some salmons in the kitchen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, got out of there safe. Got out of there in one piece. What else were we talking about today? We were dishing on lunch at lunch class for a little bit.
Talking about arm
Roosevelt.
bars.
Yes, arm bars. It's arm
Yeah.
bar April.
Arm bar April.
We were talking about arm bars.
Yep.
One of my favorite submissions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think when I haven't hit one in competition in a minute. I used to almost like exclusively do them though.
Yeah.
That and like Kimura. Or point people. I used to not be able to sub people to save my fucking life. Like, which is why I sub people now.
Yeah.
Or try to.
Mm-hmm.
Have a little more submission-oriented game. It's much easier if you just tap them out in like a minute. Then you have like a 9-minute grinder.
Yeah. 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 What was your first black belt match? You heel hook somebody like within like 10 seconds?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Way easier. Didn't break a sweat.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had a couple quick kills that have been just like, oh, man, can't I just do that?
Yeah.
I did like a toe hook, toe hold, like from topside half guard. And
Yeah.
the guy pulled half guard, and I just like crunched his foot, and he's like, nope. I was like, cool.
Tap.
12 seconds. Perfect. That's how you want to
Yeah.
finish. But, yep, got a match at the end of the month in Toledo.
Oh, yeah.
Dion's Theater of Jiu-Jitsu.
Nice.
So, as long as I can stay in one piece until then.
It's true. Yeah.
We booked the honeymoon. We're headed to Ontario.
Nice.
Headed through Niagara. We're going to stay at some haunted place in Niagara before we head
Really?
up into... Yeah. Brooke's been into a lot of, like... she's always been into, like, haunted stuff. But when we get a chance to go somewhere and do something, we're like,
Yeah.
what's there?
We're going to do that.
Like, there's one joint in Michigan that's, like, some old, like, gangster's hideout. That, like, we're going to go... I can't remember. We haven't stayed there yet, but we passed through the area. We're like, oh, we're coming back here someday. This is, like, a cool little...
Like
joint.
Al Capone or like...
Of the time.
Yeah.
It was and wasn't, but something along those lines where, like, famous Chicago gangsters came up here and hang out, you know, and, you know, when the heat was too hot. But, yeah, then we'll see Niagara Falls. I saw it when I was a kid. Brooke hasn't seen it yet.
I have never actually been to Niagara Falls.
It's pretty cool.
I've heard it's... My parents, like, have gone up there a couple times, and they said it's awesome. It's one place I'd like to go. Might like to go back to New York City at some point.
New York is something else.
Yeah.
Been twice,
Mm-hmm.
I think. 2 or 3 times. But, yeah, driven through the city? Fuck that.
I don't want to drive through. The last time I was there was 2000, and it was the year before 9/11.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's changed a bit.
Yes. Yes.
A little bit different.
I was actually supposed to be there on 9/11. I didn't go because I started school at art school. Was in art school for that month. And my buddy's like, dude, are you coming? And I was like, nah. And then, like, 9/11 happened And he was like, it's probably a good thing you didn't come because we were supposed to be in the city a couple blocks away from where all this shit happened. And I was like, yeah, probably.
Yep.
Like,
Glad I'm here.
probably a good thing. Yep.
Yep. Fuck that.
Yep. Kind of wild. Like, yeah.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
There are like a lot of accounts, like of people witnessing it, like being in the city at the time.
Yeah.
And, like, there's the one comedian who I've heard it on a podcast from several different occasions that he was like rollerblading through the city during 9/11, and he's like trying to fucking like sprint rollerblade away from the fucking wreckage. And,
yeah.
But then I think he went to the bridge and was trying to get over the
no.
bridge on rollerblades, and like the bridge was fucking.
Yeah, they're like, no.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Imagine seeing a guy just like sprinting on rollerblades. I mean, it's probably better than running. I guess.
Probably, yeah.
But it is a funny image in my head. What are you drinking? What is that?
It was a Mai Tai. Cut water. Mai Tais. Delicious.
Mai Tai. Very nice.
Tea Tuesday and Mai Tai Tuesday.
My Tuesday. That's nice.
You can probably hear the dogs.
They've been busy.
Yeah. Being little savages.
Mifa would be a good squirrel dog.
Absolutely.
She'd be good at it.
She'd probably just like disembowel them before we even got to them.
Like, oh no, fuck.
Yeah. Probably just pop their little heads off. Could see that. She's a little savage.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about teddy bears.
Mm-hmm.
Little misconception about the story, very famous story
Yeah.
behind the hunts and all that shit.
Yeah.
There was a guy named Holt Collier who was like the premier bear hunter of the time of like the south of, I forget where they were, but Mississippi or Missouri or somewhere down there.
Yeah.
He was black,
Mm-hmm.
and like at the time, like that was people were like, I can't,
Yep. Nope.
So and the president was seeking him out because
Yeah.
he knew that he was an excellent bear hunter.
Like a hunter. Yeah.
And that dude killed more bears than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And he like sought him out, guided him down into the woods, and set him up in a spot to shoot a bear.
Yeah.
But it was like stand hunting.
Okay.
Teddy Roosevelt didn't want that. He wanted to be moving and doing the fucking, on
More
horseback.
like
with
track
the
and all that
dogs.
stuff.
Yeah, doing the whole shebang. Bear comes running through. Teddy Roosevelt's not there. Obviously doesn't kill the bear because he's not
Right.
there. Bear starts mauling the guide's dogs. Before the whole hunt, the president's like, I'm killing the first bear.
Yeah.
Don't fucking touch the bear until I get there. Wasn't there. Guide's dog is getting mauled. Guide has to do something. Kind of fucks up the bear a little bit, I think, with his knife. Grabs his Texas lasso rope off the horse and ties the bear to the tree. And that's where the political cartoons kind of came from. The press got a hold of it and turned it into the story. And that's where the story you hear, like, he didn't want to shoot this, like...
Yeah, he's like a softie. He didn't want to shoot the bear.
Right.
We're talking about Theodore Roosevelt not shooting a bear because it seemed unsportsmanlike.
Right.
So that translated into the teddy bear, which has, I mean, it's almost 100 years now. Like,
yeah, I mean...
Like most people have had or have a teddy bear in their house.
I currently have one because I want a chili cook-off.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Boom.
This venison chili is very fucking good.
It's award-winning 2 times.
Yeah.
Can text me for the recipe and I'll say no.
Kill a deer.
Just
figure
kidding.
it out. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd give it to you. But yeah, it's just kind of like interesting how an accepted story gets kind of is actually, then you hear true accounts of the story from people that were there, people who experienced it, and they're like, it's a little different. Fucking,
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what is it?
fucking journos.
Some of the accepted narrative is like that they chained a bear to a tree and they were like, just shoot it.
Right.
And he was like, no, and like, I'm not gonna do that. But that's not true, and that's where they're saying the teddy bear came from. But yeah, that is where the teddy bear came from. But like he's saying, like,
the hunt
it was
was
a real
legitimate.
hunt. Yeah.
It just went by the wayside very quickly.
Yeah.
And he didn't get a chance to go down and get a bear in that area until 5 years later.
Yeah.
Like, you know, being the president of the United States and being the conservationist and outdoorsman that he is,
Yeah.
you'd think next fucking year he'd be there. But it took 5 years for him to get down there. Went down there very quietly, did the thing, hunted the bear the way he wanted to, on horseback with the dogs, doing the whole thing. Got his bear, got the trophy bear.
Which is cool. I've
is
never
cool.
hunted a bear.
Brown bear scared the shit out of me. So I just don't know if I would do it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
It'd be a lot. Black bear is a different story, but it's still a fucking bear.
Yeah.
It's a big
Their cardio may be bad, but that doesn't mean they're not going to kill you.
They'll fuck you up.
Yeah. For real.
But yeah, it's just interesting how the story kind of got in, like, the accepted, like you said, the accepted narrative was kind of different than what actually happened. Go
Very
figure.
different.
So, what other things in history are skewed? Probably everything.
Probably quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I listened to another story about bears. Been on a big bear kick lately.
Yeah.
Love bears. Like Night of the Grizzlies.
Okay.
Have you heard of this story?
No. What's that?
It's in, like, I think it was like the 50s or 60s, but it was in, I think, Yellowstone or some national park, one of the national parks
Yeah.
out there where there's bears. And had never been, like, a documented bear attack, but there were 2 documented bear attacks in, like, generally the same area at, like, kind of the same time.
Okay.
On this one night. And I don't know, I don't think they know why, but, like, it led to, like, I think it was maybe Montana, but it, like, led to, like, the current, like, laws against bears, or, like, why bears were eradicated from the area. Because, like, 2 campsites were mauled by
It's a lot.
kind of rogue bears, or, you know, something was going on. There's a lot of trash situation, a lot of trash dumping, like, improper storage of food. So it was ripe.
Attracts bears.
Yes, your Snickers bars will get a bear in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, improper handling of, like, garbage. And then again, like, there's overpopulation of bears, so, like, there's too little food to go around. There's bears acting odd. And then there's, like, one bear that was kind of like, this one's a little suspicious. And I believe that one did perpetuate one of the attacks. And but at the same time, and, like, a couple miles away, there's another bear attack going on in virtually the same kind of way.
2 bear attacks. Very close. Interesting.
And in a generally undocumented way.
Yeah.
Or area, even though there are a lot of bears and campers and shit. But yeah, people got munched. So, but they were also sleeping under the stars, out in where they know there's bears, where there's trash, or all this shit. Like, they just didn't heed a lot of warnings either. But
it's pretty fucking wild.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of it was like, and a lot of the people that survived by running up trees, getting up a tree. I don't know how well that would work today. I don't know. The bears have watched YouTube and probably be like, oh, we know how to climb.
Yeah, we know how to climb.
We know this.
We watched some YouTube videos. Don't worry, guys. We're going to get you.
So, but yeah, I don't know. It was sort of like one of the stories that popped up. I was like, oh, I'll click on that.
Yes.
But I think it led to a lot of the extermination of bears in that area. So, but yeah, don't fuck with bears.
No, don't fuck with bears. That does make sense, though.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Don't sleep outside when there's bears. A lot of them.
And don't store your food outside of a locked up thing.
Yeah.
It's like locked up
or
cooler,
just have
whatever.
A gun.
Yeah.
It did not seem that any of
big
these people
gun.
had a gun. Yeah, and just, anything. A gun.
Sorry.
Preferably.
A high caliber rifle or pistol.
Yeah, a big one.
Yeah.
That won't malfunction.
I was going to say, like, bears are not easy to kill.
Nope. They're tanks. They're big furry tanks. And they eat everything.
Yeah, they do. I've heard bear meat is pretty gamey.
It used to be like kind of the prized meat, like over deer meat.
Yeah.
Like, deer used to be for the leather. Bear used to be for munching. It's a lot like pork. Carries like trichinosis. They
Yeah,
cook
yeah.
it very, thoroughly. People get a little sketchy about predator meat, but anyone out west, or a lot of people out west who hunt cougars or bears and all that shit are gonna eat them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't heard too many accounts of like people eating like coyotes and stuff. They're a little rough, but
We went to a restaurant one time many years ago where this was back when I didn't eat a lot of meat, so I didn't really have anything to eat there. But it was a wild game restaurant in Colorado Springs.
nice. That's sweet.
And we served like moose, deer, bear, boar, like whatever was available in that area, they killed and
That's
served on their menu.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was like a lodge up in this really beautiful area of Colorado Springs. But yeah,
There's a guy who works with people that I like to watch and stuff, and I think his restaurant just got a Michelin star. Being
Nice.
a wild game restaurant.
mm-hmm.
But I think they're in Texas, and they just got all sorts of weird critters down there. So
We do for sure.
you got like nilgai, which it's like an Indian antelope, but it's fucking enormous,
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
huge, great meat, I guess. But they're
Yeah.
walking around,
Walking
There's-
around chilling.
chilling. So smoke one of them bad boys.
Yes.
Got a lot of meats.
What else happened today? I don't know.
We rolled at lunch. I was
Yeah.
pretty much dead.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty tired. If you can tell, I've yawned a lot.
Yeah. My lower body just hurts. My ankles, knees, hips. But it's not ballet that we do. But I mean,
No.
I say that, but ballet is crazy in its own right.
Yeah. I knew some girls in high school that did ballet, and they were like just completely trashed all the time. Missing toenails, just like fucked up ankles, knees, hips. Yeah.
Yeah, I mostly say that because it's someone that I used to train with choked out a girl and said that to them. I was just like, whoa, it's fucking insane.
That's funny.
So I don't use it in that context, but if someone like pops me in the face or something, I'm like, it's fine.
It's not ballet.
All I mean is ballet isn't a contact sport.
It's true. This is in a John Wick movie, and then it absolutely is a
Yeah, it
contact
is.
sport.
Because they're all packing guns and throwing knives and fucking have sick tattoos.
Yeah, for real. Ugh.
I want more into the lore of that background.
It sounds like we're gonna get it.
Yeah.
And what is it? The ballerina.
Is it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I do want more.
Sounds like it's pre John Wick 4 or whatever.
Okay. I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch it.
Yeah. It sounds interesting.
I want more of the round table and the back, all that shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, them doing sambo and stuff in the one section of the house, you're like, yes, more.
Mm-hmm.
On like hardwood floors.
On hardwood floors. And then I want more of that movie with Bob Odenkirk where it was Nobody. It was a
I didn't
similar.
watch that.
Oh, you need to watch that. That's a good one.
Same vibe.
Same vibe as same, like, I think producer and director for John Wick. And it was the same, like, thing. Like, he's a CIA guy. And he's, like, a complete bitch in the beginning of the movie. And then you find out he was what's called a auditor. And that's, like, a dude who kills everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so he gets pissed off, goes after some people that broke into his house, and that cycles into him just killing everybody.
That's what it seems to be. Just
Yeah.
pull the thread, goes right to the top.
And that's like a weird role for like Bob Odenkirk, who's like
Yeah.
Better Call Saul. He was in Mr. Show.
Yeah.
If you never watched Mr. Show, really fucking funny.
I haven't seen that either. I do
Have you
like
ever
him, but
Mr. Show.
yeah.
Mr. Show is Bob Odenkirk and David Cross.
Okay.
and probably got some of the wildest like off-color comedy because it was on HBO. So there's like this skit with like David Cross, who's like got a red balloon that's his best friend, and it's red balloon is your friend, red balloon is your best friend, and it's like I can't remember all of it. Basically, like red balloon encourages him to like kill people, and then it's like there was one that was it was like a porno shoot, but it was like about taints, which of course taint stabbing is one of your favorite things.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it was like not dick nor ass, and it was like all these porn magazines, like imaginary porn magazines that were about taints. And it's like, yo, Joey here's got a 6-inch taint. I'm like, whoa, like
somebody wants it.
Yeah, super funny. But yeah, that was Mr. Show, which was an HBO thing back in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay.
So David Cross and Bob Odenkirk. Super funny stuff. If you've never seen that, I'm sure it's free on YouTube now. Somewhere.
I have to find it.
Oh, yeah.
Dig it up.
Mr. Show's hilarious. Yeah, Mr. Show, Breaking Bad, and Better Call Saul were all Bob Odenkirk's like real big things.
I never saw Better Call Saul either. I did watch Breaking Bad.
I watched some of Better Call Saul. I didn't watch all of it. But yeah, he's funny as shit.
I haven't sat down and watched like a blockbuster show in a while.
Oh, me either.
Well, we have watched, like Brooke and I watched like Haunting of Hill House and like whatever that writer is. Like they have like 5 series,
Yeah.
maybe 5 or 6. But they're all generally the same people.
Yeah.
Different storylines. Like, but spooky. Conjuring universe also big into that one.
What is that?
Like Conjuring, The Nun.
Okay.
All those kind of movies.
Yeah.
They're all kind of like interlaced.
Okay.
They're pretty cool. Good for a spooky season,
Okay.
but also good year-round watches. I think there's one more Conjuring coming out this year. Then that'll wrap it. That'll be the end of the series. That'll be very sad.
So not in line with Honka Honka 5 million.
No, not this time. That'd be a wicked ghost.
The Conjuring. Honka
That's a
Honka.
scary movie.
Yeah.
That's the scary movie ghost. Comes in and grabs Weens.
Yeah. Grab it with your strong hand.
You're just like, call call somebody to help you. You're like, he just keeps grabbing my dick.
He
Like,
just grabs it. It's just Honka
that's
Honka.
really it. Like, he doesn't do anything else. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. It's so weird.
It's not even malicious, but
It's like a light Honka Honka.
I don't have a choice. But you ever seen a ghost?
No. Yeah.
Never seen one. I've had some strange experiences, but
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
I know people that have had strange experiences.
Yeah.
I have an ex who had one. Some people that I work with definitely said they were like areas of the hospital that they felt were haunted.
Yeah. I could definitely
Like
see
the
that.
morgue, like an old
Sure.
morgue.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I
sure.
get that.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're going to Salem next month. Very haunted. A lot of stuff
Nice.
going on over there. Everything's haunted on the East Coast, so
It's very true. There's a lot of history there.
everything's old as shit.
Yeah.
People did some fucked up stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then they probably lied about it. And
Yeah.
then it was probably in history. It's like, it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty bad. It was pretty fucking bad.
It was that bad. I was just thinking about, like, I was listening to, like, podcasts about, like, mountain men and stuff. And I was like, that same like bear hunter. And, like he would sleep with the clothes on his back in the rain and this and that. I'm just like, they had to be covered in ringworm and, like, rashes. They had to
Yeah. Oh,
have
yeah.
tear. They're said to be itchy all the time. Like,
Yeah, just gross.
just be just be terrible.
Yeah, just disgusting.
But, like, back then, it's like the level of toughness was unmatched and blah. It's just like, yeah, your armpits are rotting out. Like,
Yeah, like the level of toughness, meaning like they just were like, I'm gonna die at 45 anyways, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna die quicker.
they're probably like, die? please. Like,
Please,
just
are you gonna
end
kill
it.
me?
Like, end this.
Yeah.
I'm done sitting in the rain.
Yeah, cancer. What's that? I'm just gonna die of
I just
infection.
drop dead. But everyone back then had like fucking, there was wagon train body ripped, like they're skinny but also but like they're whitey. They had the tendon strength, you know.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah. Now I'm like, if I don't shower after jiu-jitsu, I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna
I'm gonna get an infection.
get something. I'm gonna turn into Sean Foster and lose my leg.
Oh Jesus. That was a gnarly hole in his leg.
Yeah, it was.
I've been, not that I skip showers, but I've been doubling down on my showers. I'm like, God. Like,
Yeah, for real. I've been
That
like, I need to
reminds
take
you.
a shower right now.
that reminds you to do it.
We
pretty
just
quick.
scrub, wash.
And people get crazy with like skin stuff, and like I think that bombs their skin kind of in a way, dries it out, blah blah blah. That's also an environment to get ringworm and all sorts of shit like that. It's generally
Yeah,
irritating.
you can over sanitize.
People use like Hibiclens and shit as like their soap. I'm like, you're
Yeah.
fucking up your skin biome.
Hibiclens is good every once in a while, but be careful.
There's grapplers
you-
that have used it and like killed
Yeah.
their own biome and
Yes.
staff, and you know, it's like it can be rough. You can
Yeah.
overdo things.
You can every once in a while use Hibiclens. Don't use it all the time. It will fuck you up.
Yeah. But you know, everyone just wants like the quick fix on something.
Yeah.
Like, everyone scrape the ringworm, bleach it, back to training.
Ooh.
There's anytime people text me and they're like, I think I might have this or this might be
Yeah.
this. I'm like, I'm going to tell you the clinical way, what you should do.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the way that I've seen it done.
Yeah, what
I
I've
have
done.
done it. Do not recommend, but I am telling you because I've done it. Like,
Yeah.
And I'll tell them, like, do I recommend going to the doctor? Yes.
Yeah.
And like the situation I was in where I needed to like bleach it and do shit, it's a different situation. You're not in that situation. Don't do it.
Yeah,
Like, there's
don't do
no
that.
reason for you to do that.
Don't do that shit.
Different situation.
Yeah.
So, different coaching.
For fucking real. Yeah, you've been in some rough/hostile situations.
Well, yeah, it's like even just like missing training was a problem.
Yeah.
Like, being sick was your fault, or like some just like weird shit like that. So it's like you find ways around that.
And
Not
what's
always the best way.
what's crazy is like you were in an environment where like you were in a gym that had like a leaky roof and you were cleaning the mats like religiously, but like people were coming in dirty.
Yeah, like I remember.
This is back in the day, by the way, not now.
This is 15 years ago plus.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but I remember it being, you know, the dead of August, dead of summer, and
Mm-hmm.
guys being like, "Oh yeah, I tossed my gi in my back seat for Monday, and now it's Wednesday." You can smell it, and you're like, "Oh!" Like, no wonder you're like a walking ringworm factory.
Yeah, you're disgusting.
It's insane.
Wash your shit.
But like back then, it was such a new thing.
Yeah.
Like MMA was new and
Mm-hmm.
all that shit. Jiu-jitsu, like in the States, was still fairly new, and like everyone knew wrestlers got ringworm and shit, but it's
Yeah.
like they didn't like translate that. I'm like,
To
you're
just
doing the same shit.
grappling in
Yeah, yeah.
general, like
And then you got guys like
the same shit.
having holes eaten out of their body because they
Yeah.
have fucking staph, and you know, got to shower,
Oh, dude.
got to shower, got to clean your gear.
I'll tell you a story after this. It can't be on here because it's protected information. But
Yeah.
whew,
No, yeah, it's nasty.
yeah. Don't let infections go too far.
Wear shoes in the bathroom.
Yes.
You know, wipes if you're not able to shower.
Yeah, something.
Fucking whore bath in their
Yeah.
sink before you get home, or whatever. Find a
Buy
way.
defense wipes. They're worth the money.
Yeah, there are products like that that do work.
Mm-hmm.
Tea tree oil and alcohol spray, something. Like something.
Yeah, for real.
And like, I know Endeavor's clean because we clean it generally.
Yeah, I was gonna
Like,
say like you and I, at least most of the time, are the ones that were like,
And the other people that
Yeah.
are cleaning it, I know clean it well
Yeah,
too.
I
'cause
was gonna
they've
say
also,
Amy, Ashley, like
Tyler, anyone.
yeah,
It's like
they're
'cause
just
they've
like,
had
oh fucking god,
they've
like,
had run-ins with like, oh fuck.
yeah,
It's like they know the importance of it.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's a skill coming into
Mm-hmm.
martial arts in itself. Clean up your shit.
Yeah,
Laundry, black belt. I was a black belt in laundry way before I was a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I hate
the thing.
laundry, but
it's super important.
you gotta do it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Got anything else?
I think that's it.
See you guys.
Bye.